issues abeye a topic for discussion e wo krodwe mu hanum say. Now in the light of it no ye hu say amanfo bebre say ye blame NDC e bi say ye blame MPP na di free SHS aba be say the educational sector e bi so say NDC ba ye policies ne ade a wo mo dis MPP for di gu akwan mu e be boa ama emofra ne timi esua ade akọ mo anim no ana be boa nkola no omadisua mu no NDC for be cancel all these policies and all that. But then right now Menewoka say Kevin Taylor and so Abba out with a different narrative to this whole abysmal wasi results are ebeto and Montenso. What is Kevin Taylor saying? And I say Kevin Taylor Assemble pa and all come concerning this whole wasi issue. Utimu said they all narrating it is toward the new patriotic party. Some initiatives, ne directives, bini adi omudigu akwemwa. Ambwa enkran ebesi ene yenkotie said ono nkasa etu nenum tu twensem mu.
So I can release the results of 2025 enkran na omuwie edien school no. Now 2025 WASI was conducted under heightened invigilation, strengthened supervision and strict adherence to examination protocols across all centers. Now you're sorry and you see what's the results now about enkorani bi anya de kra social studies almost fairly mathematics almost fairly inti omuntibida. The issue here is why we are here today. The result we are seeing and all the people sitting on TV pretending as if they say this is news to us. No, we are all hypocrites. We know. Let's put politics aside. But we all know the genesis of this problem. And the genesis is say, for a very long time, we had a government that did not listen to advice. We had a whole government that did not pay attention to details. We had a government that was all about votes, what people would say, campaign message. We had a government that saw education as a tool to empower themselves through politics. That's all. We all saw our education, it was deteriorating. The quality of students we were producing from the senior high school, from the day Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, or the free SHS Aba, open the floodgates. There was no checks. At a point, teacher-student contact, it was basically like 2%. We all know. In Korano, this is nothing new. Let's not pretend. We all knew from the beginning, say, the kind of students are now you produce, your SS ni produce, 90% of them, they were not supposed to be given the nod to pass as senior high school graduates. At a point, Akufo-Addo friend home, Akufo-Addo graduates. It's all about slogans. It was about saying things to make some people feel safe. Some people have been defeated. The fact of the case is, the reason why Intia recorded these bad results and then say, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo move free power no. The invigilation, the strict way GES, and WAEC, they basically monitor the elections. No, the usual pass and go did not happen. Let's accept this fact. Let us be honest. This is not politics. So let it not look like say one in a choir and I say where your NDC problem, MPP problem. We know say the problem starting here now. You can't say the free SHS needs to be reviewed. We were not prepared for free SHS. We were not prepared, and some people made it look like say anytime I raise the issue about free SHS, we not being prepared and that things have to be looked at in a different way. No, you become an enemy to Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, NPP. No, we knew near Nkwara when a tifi na ya wofo yenim say Nkwara na no de ba fie na enye. At a point, a whole government ekoto apo de mankwara. No, this is serious. So okoto past question e de mankwara. Now patch akwara ne saying. Onsuya sa questions and pass it. It is the responsibility of that kid to study. It is not your responsibility to buy questions for the kid because you have given the kid textbooks to read. It's the moment that Uber created that opportunity, no avenue nama akwarano. The kid automatically starts to relax because at the end of the day, manko class to cry. Say about try exam sa abai be ni bottom sika akoto die akoto pasco ama yesuya. The probabilities of pasco no die e bi beto no e high. So what was the challenge? In 2021, Ministry of Education has spent 34.8 million to purchase 446,954 sets of past questions for 2021 WASSCE candidates under free SHS. This was reported by GH1 in 2021. Yatam Ghana sika 34.8 million Ghana cedis. Yarikoto Pasco Dima Enkwara, who are supposed to crack their brains, who are supposed to read using textbooks. Textbooks are supposed to guide them to go write exams. You know? A whole government under NPP, Ekufuado, Bawumia, Educhum, Sa NPP way, it is 34.8 million Ekoto past questions. Now in 2021, Sa top past question ama Akorabi or SS1. Now who say the seniors in the past question mama. Dear ne mama sa akora no akotena classroom esuade. Because odim say edu ne so na obetre exams na. Obeto past question amano. That is what we are seeing today. Ade e koso ndere enye anything e o se free obi betena radio so se be chechire bu kire ye. No, in chechire bu bi anim. It is the free SHS that Ekufuado ne ba omiam omu jimi na omu enya abotre. Amaya assessing ye because we didn't have enough facilities to host these kids. 90% of Nkurano, they did not even meet a teacher to teach them. They could not even take an assignment to a teacher to say, "Sir, madam, they are share me and the mentias and the Waba class there, break this down." They did not get that advantage. They did not get that opportunity. Red, blue, green, fono, they didn't understand what was going on. Akurano kwa onya baby pona. Classroom na yama. Oh, who teacher nimpo. Yet to me, they said 2 months in school, 6 months at home. You need to understand that you were breaking the education down. They went all the way down. This is what they came to tell us. Education Ministry PRO clarifies alleged 68.5 million spending on photocopying WASSCE Pasco. Almost has spent 68.5 million to do photocopies on Pasco. This is in 2024. Omo Ghana sika almost 70 million Ghana. Omo de koto and ko printe Pasco. Why do you do that? Enkwara na mo failure no. The fact is they did not go through any education. They went through school. Nobody obi anche enkwara we ade. Enkwara we no mo failure no. And no mo fault o. The people who introduce this kind of shambolic free SHS. And we need to say it, because you see, today, when you listen to people on TV, they are being politically mindful of their statements. No. What we are seeing today about these WASSCE things and all that, it is because now NPP are buying say SHS, no? They destroyed it. The fact is, they say, SS yenya yekobi, ye koyesu ko wie, eme yenim ye mate ye bom nyina din. So we know how it used to work. We know how it used to work. But from 2017, SHS changed. It changed into something else. I know the moment I raise issues about every SHS, you become an enemy to the NPP government and the NPP grass cutters. The moment you say, for a kid to be able to pass the exams, it's not just about sitting in the classroom. A lot of things come together before a kid can pass an exam. And intina obu ha o say me school way, me school way. And yeah, because say me school way ni keke no. It is because of the facilities na ewo ho no. And intina ende you will be a friend of grade A school, grade B school. It is almost a awufo because me pesa chinchina me bako school we ya. It is because we who facility ewo school any what the facility has been able to bring out. There are some students who were schools be that brilliant too. But it's because they got the environment to learn, because they got the assistance, because at the end of the day, what they needed for them to feel comfortable, no, they had it, they were able to at least have some mind to understand what they were being taught. And see, it is not just putting a kid in school and saying free SHS into Uber. It doesn't work like that. From the day the kid enters that school, you need to make sure, say, akwalani welfare, no, if it drops for even 5%, that kid, the probability of that kid failing is high. So the kid has to go through the school, not just to read, but for you to basically condition the kid's mind. Also, or sorry, or that, or to me that soundly. At that age, that kid needs to sleep soundly. When you are about 8 to 9 hours of sleep, uninterrupted sleep. I was also making sure say baby odano in tuntumi and disturb akorano the health in here. Sa akorano sorry also onye duane papa di. Sa akorano oyoba ne sanitary pad they need to be, you see the kids they need to be in a condition to be able to understand it. So I got in a classroom and intina so washa. You say nkwara omo international school no ama bench nkwara omo saito. Enkwara mo saito no ebia ben. But who compare to international school it is because international school no majority of enkwara no they are comfortable. So say obetie teacher no krampo 20% at least emu 10% back obetie. Now this is a situation a kid goes to school oni akonya tim otarinto kra ho. School na ho no sebio eduane ni ho. School no ho no classroom no krampo no omunkom baby obeda no osori no power bre. What is going to make that kid get up and say me ko dware asa kwatena class because wa bre. Because if you don't get a good sleep you cannot walk to class. You are already tired. The brain is already tired. Interacurricular class and when you go to SHS, it is important you take nap. We have quiet times. It is important everybody goes to bed at 9:30 at Persec. It is important. You was because so you are adding a school show from prep. Adentina yasabo adoma say obia enko air worship quick enkoda. It is because they have strategized in the way you have enough rest. Say upon school area between 2 and 5. Say groundswork everybody has to go take some nap. That is how it works. These things are important for the kid to understand because if you don't condition the kid's mind well, unya results now open. And through the governance, the kids were not going to school to pass. They were just going through their schools. We were not teaching them. Why are we pretending that today this is new? This is not new.